You know what's better than arguing about tabs versus spaces at your corporate stand-up? Making money while wearing the same hoodie for 3 days straight. Yeah, we're talking about escaping the 9-to-5 developer grind, where your biggest meeting is with your coffee maker and your commute is measured in steps to the fridge. Everyone's selling you the dream of passive income through coding. Build an app, they said. Watch the money roll in while you sleep, they said. But here's the thing. There are legitimate ways to turn your coding skills into cash without a boss breathing down your neck. Some of them actually work. Most of them will humble you faster than a production bug on Friday afternoon. Today we're breaking down every major path from freelancing to bug bounties, with real numbers from real developers who've actually done it. No guru courses, no motivational BS, just the cold hard data on what works, what doesn't, and what will make you question your life choices at 3 a.m. Freelancing is the gateway drug of developer independence. You keep coding, you just swap one boss for 17 clients who all think their project is the most important thing since sliced bread. The beautiful part? You can charge way more per hour than you ever made at your day job. We're talking 100 plus per hour for experienced developers, with the US average sitting at $99,000 per year. The range goes from $31,000 for newbies who accept garbage rates to $275,000 for specialists who've mastered the dark arts of enterprise Java. North American tech freelancers report charging around $56 per hour on average, but that's including the poor souls competing on Upwork against someone in Bangladesh charging $5 an hour for full stack development. The real money comes when you specialize. Mobile app development, AI implementation, cybersecurity. Pick your poison and become the person companies panic call when everything's on fire. But here's what the LinkedIn influencers won't tell you. Freelancing is feast or famine on steroids. 1 month you're turning down work, the next you're considering that recruiter email about returning to corporate life. You're not just a developer anymore. You're sales, accounting, project management, and customer support all rolled into one exhausted human. Every client becomes a mini boss with their own special brand of scope creep. The smart play? Start freelancing while you still have a job. Build up your client base, your portfolio, and most importantly, your emergency fund. Because nothing says professional freelancer like desperately accepting a terrible project because rent is due tomorrow. Get those first few projects under your belt, collect some 5-star reviews, and then you can start being selective. Remember, your first clients are buying your desperation, but your later clients are buying your expertise. Remember when everyone and their grandmother was going to get rich building the next Angry Birds? Welcome to 2025, where the median mobile app earns less than $50 per month after a full year. That's not even a decent dinner in San Francisco. Only 17% of apps ever reach $1,000 per month in revenue. The vast majority of indie apps are making less than your coffee budget. Your brilliant idea for a revolutionary to-do list app is competing with literally millions of other apps, most of which are free, abandoned, or both. The app stores have become digital graveyards where dreams go to die. But wait, someone always brings up Flappy Bird, that simple game that made $50,000 per day at its peak in 2014. The developer created it in a few days and suddenly had more money than he knew what to do with. He got so overwhelmed he actually pulled the app down. That's the lottery ticket everyone's chasing, a simple idea that goes viral and prints money. Here's the reality check. Flappy Bird is famous precisely because it's so rare. For every overnight success, there are thousands of developers whose apps are downloaded by their mum, their girlfriend, and 3 random people in Germany who immediately uninstalled it. The App Store algorithms are black boxes designed to surface apps that already have traction, creating a rich-get-richer dynamic that would make Wall Street jealous. Selling templates and themes sounds perfect. Build once, sell forever. Wake up to payment notifications while you sleep. It's the closest thing to printing money without actually committing a federal crime. Platforms like Theme Forest and Code Canyon let you list your digital masterpiece and collect checks from customers worldwide. The success stories are intoxicating. 19 WordPress themes out of 8,000 on ThemeForest have made over $1 million in total sales. The top theme, Avada, generated over $10 million for its creators, pulling in $220,000 per month at its peak. One developer named Oleg Malkov earned nearly $500,000 over 5 years selling website templates. That's a house in most places, or a parking spot in Manhattan. Now for the math that'll hurt your feelings. The average WordPress theme makes $17,000 per year in gross sales. After the marketplace takes their 30 to 50% cut, you're looking at maybe $12,000 for something that probably took you months to build. Over 1/3 of WordPress themes sold fewer than 100 copies ever. Your beautiful, responsive, SEO-optimized theme might sell to exactly 12 people. The market is brutally saturated. There are thousands of themes for every conceivable niche, and new ones appear daily like mushrooms after rain. You're not just competing on features, you're competing on price with people who think $40 for 3 months of work is reasonable. It's a race to the bottom where everyone loses, except the marketplace taking their cut. Bug bounty hunting is where developers cosplay as hackers and occasionally get paid for it. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Apple will literally pay you to break their stuff. Google dropped $11.8 million in bug bounties in 2024. Microsoft threw around $13 million. Some bounties go up to $300,000 for critical Android exploits, and Apple has advertised bounties over $1 million for the Holy Grail vulnerabilities. 8 hackers have earned over $1 million each in lifetime bounty rewards. The first was a 19-year-old from Argentina who proved that teenage rebellion can be monetized if you're smart enough. Hackers on HackerOne have collectively earned over $300 million, with some pulling in $100,000 plus annually. That's senior developer money for basically professional troublemaking. Time for the reality sandwich with extra disappointment sauce. Over 90% of BugCrowd users never earned a single bounty payment. Your first 6 to 12 months in bug bounty hunting will likely net you exactly $0. Most people sign up, poke around for a few hours, find nothing, and quit faster than a New Year's gym membership. The learning curve is Mount Everest steep. You need to understand web vulnerabilities, network protocols, cryptography, and have the patience of a meditation teacher. You're not just learning to code, you're learning to think like someone trying to break code. It's a completely different mindset that most developers never develop. Even successful bug hunters admit they make more money selling courses about bug hunting than actually hunting bugs. It's the gold rush principle. The people who got rich during the gold rush were selling shovels, not digging for gold. The income is wildly inconsistent too. You might find a $5,000 bug one month, then spend 3 months finding nothing but duplicate reports and out-of-scope issues. If you're genuinely interested in security and enjoy the hunt more than the money, bug bounties can be intellectually rewarding with occasional financial windfalls. But if you're just chasing cash, you'll burn out faster than a MongoDB instance without indexes. Treat it as paid education in security, not a reliable income stream. Creating content about coding is meta as hell. You're not coding for money, you're talking about coding for money. It's like being a food critic instead of a chef, except you still need to know how to cook. The options are endless. Blogging, YouTube videos, online courses, ebooks, podcasts, or building a Twitter following by posting hot takes about JavaScript frameworks. Most content creators make jack squat for months or years. The typical tech blog with decent traffic might generate a few $100s monthly from ads. That Medium article you spent a weekend perfecting, it earned you $3.47 from the partner program. Your carefully crafted YouTube tutorial, 17 views, 3 of which were you checking if it uploaded correctly. The internet is oversaturated with coding content. Every developer with a keyboard thinks they're the next tech educator. There are 17,000 tutorials on how to center a div, and yours needs to somehow stand out. You're not just competing with other content, you're competing with Netflix, TikTok, and every other thing grabbing people's attention. Creating quality content is surprisingly time-consuming. That 10-minute video took 10 hours to script, record, and edit. Your comprehensive blog post required research, writing, editing, and SEO optimization that would make your actual coding job look easy. You're essentially taking on a second job that initially pays nothing. The smart approach is to create content because you genuinely have something to say, not because you need the money tomorrow. Pick a niche where you can add unique value. Share your actual experience building real things, not regurgitated documentation. The developers making real money from content spent years building authority before seeing significant returns. So you've made it through the menu of developer money-making options, and you're probably feeling a mix of excitement and existential dread. Good, that means you're seeing clearly. Every path to developer income outside the 9 to 5 involves trading one set of problems for another. Freelancing gives you freedom but kills stability. You'll make more per hour but work weird hours. Products and apps offer ownership but require skills you never learned in boot camp. Bug bounties pay well if you're exceptional, but nothing if you're average. Content creation builds long-term value, but pays nothing short-term. Templates seem passive, but turn you into customer support. There's no free lunch, just different restaurants with different bills. The successful developers making money outside traditional employment aren't following one path. They're combining multiple streams. They freelance while building products. They create content about their bug bounty hunting. They sell courses about the SAS they built. Diversification isn't just smart. It's necessary when any single income stream can dry up overnight. Start while you still have a job. Your side hustle needs runway to take off, and that runway is paved with the money from your day job. The developers who successfully transitioned didn't quit on Friday and start freelancing on Monday. They built their escape route while getting paid to sit in meetings about meetings. Expect the first year to suck. Whether it's freelancing, products, or content, you'll likely make less than minimum wage when you calculate the hours invested. The second year gets better. By year 3, you might actually make decent money. Most people quit in month 3. The harsh truth nobody wants to hear. Most developers are better off with a good job at a decent company. The stability, benefits, and predictable income are worth more than the fantasy of being your own boss. But if you're watching this and still want to try, you're probably unemployable anyway. Welcome to the club. We meet at 2 a.m. when our production servers crash, and we have nobody to blame but ourselves. At least we're wearing sweatpants while we panic.